on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm in a little town a little over 2 hours from Metro Manila, which is Taal Heritage Town. You can see the beautiful buildings over here, kind of like a little mini vegan out here, and it was founded in 1572. So it preserves a lot of old historic buildings over here, you know, beautiful Spanish colonial architecture. I think it belongs to the province of Batangas over here, not too far from Tagaytay, but like not too far from the lake either. A little bit hot over here, but I'm probably gonna walk around the city center and see what's going on and show you guys, you know, I drove my car over here to see what's happening. So without further ado, join me. Like I said, I don't think it's a really big area, but I'll probably explore around the city center. It's literally somebody flying a drone out here. Gonna study the map to see what else is out here, but let me just stroll around and show you a little bit of the architecture. They got like a plaza out here too. This is a semi-plaza with a big cathedral right here, as you can see. It's pretty big. Massive, huge building out here. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually really hot out here. Shoot. Thought it was gonna be a little bit cooler, but that's the weather in Philippines. I'm gonna show you this other side because it reminds me a bit of Intramuros and vegan architecture. It's a good thing they got a plaza, like a comfortable parking out here. But let me just show you this side. And over here you got this. See, this over here looks a little bit like if you're in Intramuros. Once you exit the plaza, this is what you get. Small, tiny streets. I want to show you this building over here. Nice looking old architecture. It's pretty chill. But I think if I go on the other side, it gets actually more interesting. So this building here to my left is actually a college. This old College of Taal. So you can see pretty interesting architecture that they got going on. And there's a school ahead of me, but I think I'm just gonna turn back and pass the plaza and walk a little bit of this mini downtown to see what's going on. But so far, you know, it's pretty beautiful. Pretty beautiful. And I think there's also like the lake of where the volcano is. So there should be like a bay walk. I'm probably gonna drive over there and see what's going on. So I'm not sure this is like a quinceañera or a wedding. I think it's a wedding going on. Now in front of this church, there's a local plaza over here, and I see the downtown area. So I'm gonna stroll around it a little bit. There's more beautiful architecture here around. So I'm gonna walk around and show you guys what's happening out here. This is a nice plaza, pretty busy, even though it's small. They got cobblestones there, and there's a beautiful architecture. This is called Escuela Pia Taal Cultural Center. And they got a bathroom over there. I think it's a paid bathroom, but yeah. You know, I'm a huge fan of beautiful architecture, so wow. This is probably a hidden gem. I actually found out about this place because somebody in the comments, I think when I went to Tagaytay to make a video 1 year ago, somebody told me to check out this town. I Googled it and I'm like, wow. Kind of reminds me of vegan, but I don't see really much content creators filming the area. You know, most of the people, they drive like 9 and 10 hours up to film around vegan, but then this area is pretty nice too. And much more like local. 2.5 hours from Metro Manila, you know, if you drive. Then the plaza's right down this way. So now I'm gonna walk ahead of me. I think, oh, it looks like they have a market or something out here. It kind of reminds me of the same street in vegan. So gonna go check it out. Across the street out here, whoops. And then the street is literally covered with cobblestones too. So let's see what are the vibes out here. See, they got the cobblestones similar, and it keeps going all the way towards the end, and beautiful architecture out here. Let me detour over here to see the architecture around this side. It is actually pretty nice and beautiful. Wow, it's a nice town. And here, you see this? Look at the architecture here, it's gorgeous. You see this beautiful architecture over here. Just gonna get a B-roll of the buildings out here. So you got a couple of restaurants here. Cuchara y tenedor, which means spoon and fork. So I guess it's like a restaurant, souvenir shop, coffee shop out here. And then they got like the little pedestrian streets right here that I would take you, show you. Oh, it's nice, it goes down the hill, but I'm gonna make it towards the main road. But I wanna show you like the architecture here in front of me. As I said, beautiful architecture. Then the street. So it's literally like another vegan out here. So we got some kids here. It's funny, some of them claim they don't speak English, but they be like, give me money. It's actually hilarious. I want to show you this over here. It has the Three Kings. And I'll make it towards that side in a bit. But as you guys know, I'm from Puerto Rico, and same like here, it's a pretty Catholic tradition, and they celebrate hardcore the Three Kings Day over there. So from a distance, you can see the gazebo. Here we got this plaza out here. Municipal government of Taal. People are doing TikTok. There's a lot for me to look and take in. So I'm just exploring around this little beautiful town. Want to get a close up the statue that we got here, the Three Kings. You know, it's Christmas season out here, so show you a little bit out here. So this is it from the back over here. You can't see it clearly, but you get an idea. You got a tricycle, a good way to commute around. And then a nice looking 7-Eleven. You know, 7-Elevens out here, they hit different than back home in the States. Of course, the cathedral that I was, it got the tuk-tuk. Oh, you got more over that side. Probably gonna walk all of this later. And then you got this. But now let me walk it towards the main street. It seems like they have some type of festival out here. Maybe in the nighttime, I don't know. It's like a little small community, but I want to see like the beautiful architecture that's going on. Here you got more. Look at the beautiful cobblestones of the streets. And of course, when you get all over the Philippines, a little bit of street food, festivals. I can assume in the nighttime this lights up. Maybe. They got a couple of souvenir shops. Then here, that's to me, coffee shop, but look how beautiful the building is. Let me stand over here in the corner so you get a better angle. And outside here is more local, let me see. Still a lot of things to see out here. They don't got the cobblestones, but I think there's a market over that way. So there's probably some type of festivities happening around here in this area. Over here's a little bit more breeze, but I thought it was gonna be cooler. I heard Tagaytay gets cool, you know, probably because it's up in the mountain. But then you got, yeah, a couple establishments, and you can see how nice and old architecture is, but they preserve it. Pasalubong Center, oh nice, people playing checkers out here. That's cool. And it keeps going over this way, so you just gotta know where you wanna go. So it kinda has like that little semi-style of vegan, but smaller, you know. Same way, like they got that main street with the cobblestones and then tiny streets and alleyways like this. Oh, it's more architecture over that way. Let me just walk forward over here and then I'm gonna turn back and go towards the other side because I see some pretty interesting, cool things happening around there. So it's a pretty interesting, you know, small town. I thought it was gonna be mostly by the cathedral, but even around here, they got a lot of cool things going on. Here's a nice local bakery. And this building in the Skinita, I like. Even this one's nice, but look at this one. With the details of the architecture, then you keep going and it's more local. And now let me just turn back and walk towards the other street that it seems to be pretty interesting. Just taking it all in and exploring all the areas over here and the architecture, you know, so. From this angle, actually looks pretty nice. Like you see, look at this. Beautiful day, the sunny outside, beautiful architecture. So let me check over this area. I saw another foreigner by the church area, but around here I haven't seen any other, especially people who look like me, you know, a brown guy. But it's all good. And this should be the local market right here towards my left. I want to go ahead of me to see what can I find. I've been noticing around this area, I think this is a convenience store. They be having a lot of deli. I'm not sure they got this in other Southeast Asian countries. But I've seen them around here while I was driving. A little bit of a long drive. Oh, and then they got a barangay over here. Cool. I like the design of it. I think I'll walk inside here. And literally all locals, but so far people are friendly. Over here you can walk too. What is this? Victoria Mini Mart. Nice. We got also a couple of old architectures to walk around this area to see what are the vibes. Super local, I'm the only foreigner here, but that's all I like. I like to go remotely.
Hey, hello.
Oh yeah. What's up? What's up, man? Nice people, see? Friendly people, a nice market. I guess they sell a lot of cool things out here, so yeah, it's actually pretty nice. And we got more over here, see? The market keeps going all over. Guess they got a lot of sari stores, outfits for the people. There's more over here going up the hill. So now I'm gonna work up some cardio right here. The area here gets pretty interesting too. More nice architecture, so let's take a little peek in this side of the street to see what are the vibes right here. So you see, more nice architecture. There's another one by this side in the Skinita. Over here gets actually pretty nice, so I'm gonna give you an angle of what it looks like in this side. And look at this over here. Couple of local stores. Like I said, I'm really loving the architecture out here. Oh, look at this one, for wedding, nice. I'm just gonna turn back and merge into the other side of the street to see what's going on over there. Not sure if I walk that side, but hey, that's how it's going. I want to show you like the signs of the street. This is another one here. I think I came over this way. I could be wrong. A lot of streets, they look pretty similar, but this is where the cobblestones are. Couple of nice houses. I'm with my fiance. Maybe I'll see if she want to take a little walk out here. Merging in this other side. Not too busy like the other one, but it still has the beautiful cobblestones out here. And they got a couple of houses surrounded by it. So here you see the cobblestones and the houses and everything. So yeah, it's very cool though. It's nice. And then they got this wall here. It kind of makes you feel like if you're in a Spanish fort. And architecture like this is pretty nice. And of course, the beautiful cobblestones of the streets out here. That looks pretty cool. Now let me walk back up on this side by the hill. Gonna head back to the church, but I'm probably gonna drive to another spot where they got like a bay walk, and I think it's by the water. I don't know if it's like 20 minutes away from here. I got a car, so it's probably faster. But yeah, super chill municipality that they got going on over here. And this is the outside area right here. Got a plaza and everything. Plenty of parking also by the church area, so I'm gonna cross the street now. So I see some interesting things ahead of me. I'm not sure where it is, but I'm gonna walk to take a little bit of a peek. And look how they label the streets over here. Nice, small streets, but you know, pretty interesting. It's like a mixture of Batangas with township. And here they're building like another nice house or renovating it. So it's cool how to keep the historical townships like this. Like I say, founded in 1572. So you know it's centuries ago. Look at this over here, wow. Doggy, probably residential area, but you can see how nice a house is. This is what you get. I think it's just a house, so I'm not sure. It's even more over that way, but yeah. A pretty interesting small town, then local streets, and they got it decorated, you know, on top. But yeah, I think the small town got a lot of potential out here, you know. They can develop it. I think this could be a really top tourist destination, just like another vegan, but down in the central part of Luzon, I think. So thanks to the viewer who recommended me to come out here and check it out. I think I'm ready to hit another spot around here. That was a little tour of Taal Heritage Town. Pretty nice, like I said, there's a lot of potential, but now I'm gonna go revisit again the picnic park in Tagaytay, which is a beautiful park with amazing view of you know, the volcano, Taal and everything. Beautiful over there, and I think probably 1.5 more hour of sunset. Gonna drive out there, so I'll catch you guys in a bit. As I'm driving all the way towards the park, a little pit stop. I think that's actually Taal right there. So a couple of years ago, it erupted that volcano. Hopefully that doesn't happen now that I'm getting a view. But I'm just gonna show you in front of me. It's actually windy. Look at the view. I'm actually panicking a little bit with this water. But beautiful, right? The mountains, the nature, everything is gorgeous out here. I was over that side. Yep, and Taal is right there behind me. So I'm gonna make it towards the park. I already filmed a video like a year ago, but I'm gonna make it all the way towards the top to see, you know, if we can catch the view before the sunset, before it gets dark. But yeah, really beautiful out here. It's gorgeous. So now I'm in Tagaytay, and the weather is like, I would say like 10 degrees cooler over here because we're by the mountains. But yeah, it feels nice, but I'm trying to see if I hurry up and capture the sunset. It's gonna start getting dark early, but I think it's gonna be like an epic view. The last time I came here was the daytime, but I never seen it in the nighttime. Not sure if they got anything that brightens up the view of the Taal volcano, but we're gonna go find out and check it out. So today is much more busier than the last time I came, well, obviously because the sunset is falling down. But it's gonna be a really epic view. Even when I was driving, it took me like another 1.5 hours to drive over here because the roads were pretty small and the curves and all of that, but yeah. It's gonna be worth it, the view. If you guys haven't checked out my oldest Tagaytay video, check it out, but this is gonna be epic. And this is what you get, souvenirs, vendors out here. And then the epic view of the volcano right there. People can do the zip line over here, but like I said, I'm scared of heights. I don't think I'm ever gonna get in one of those things and do a zip line all over that way. Gotta have some big cojones to do something like that. But let's go check out the other side. And to see how busy it is, look at the sunset over there. Yeah, beautiful scenery. I'm loving the weather. It's kind of reminding me like if I'm back in New Jersey with the same type of weather. Last time I came, I think I ate around here. You can eat there and get like a nice view of the area. It's mostly like pasta. But a chill spot, but I heard Tagaytay is pretty known for the bulalo also. But it's actually one of my favorite types of soup out here in the Philippines. But this is what you get ahead of me. Here, the people and all this view. Wow. Now I'm just gonna make my way towards the top. I think that's like the best part of this area. Even though the park goes all the way down, but it's mostly a lot of people that's chilling and doing picnic. But if you go on top, the view is gonna be actually epic. And once you make it over here, look what you get. The view right here. This is actually a really good park to come, you know. And that's literally the hill that you saw earlier when I was filming by the water. That's right there. But this is expectation versus reality. The amount of people here trying to get the view of the volcano right there in the back. But a good time to come because you got the sunset right here, so epic views. So I made a stop at this restaurant here called Melencio. And you know, like I said, I heard Tagaytay is very special for the bulalo, which is actually one of my favorite soups in the Philippines. It's kind of like the Filipino sancocho. That's how I like to call it, because in Puerto Rico we have sancocho. But yeah, I came here to try it. You know, I'm gonna have that. Gonna have fish, bangus, tudong also. And it's right here by the highway. This is like a strip, a lot of restaurants out there, you know. So yeah, it's nice looking over here. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for the food. I also ordered a buko shake, and then I'll show you guys the food when it arrives. So the food has arrived, and I'm not gonna lie, the bulalo looks amazing. It's a big one, but we're just gonna take it home. Then of course we order bangus, which is like a fish over here, pretty good, and buko shake with this coconut. So I'm gonna start off with the buko shake first. Wow, that's amazing. Pure, it's fresh. I'm very excited to try the bulalo over here. Look at that goodness over here. This is mine served. Let me just show you all the veggies that you get right here. The beef, the meat, the corn. Like a good time of meal too when you're like sick or something, but yeah, the meat is very tender. And for the grand finale, we order leche flan, which is custard. I've never seen it served with lemon or lime, but that's interesting. Not sure how clear you can see me, but got the bulalo here, so wow. Let me start in with the broth. Wow, this is amazing, man. Now let me take a little bit of the beef, the meat. Get the meat in here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I gotta say. Another one. Very tender. You don't need to really chew a lot. Maybe 2 bites, 2 chews, and it melts in your mouth. And the flavor is just, wow. Got a little bit of the fish, the mangoes. Sharing it, you know, with my loved one over here. I don't know if you can see it clearly. But let me just try it alone. You see you eat it with a rice, but. It's pretty good. Just gotta be careful with the bones, but it's pretty good. And it has a little bit of, I think, garlic on top, like crunchiness in it. So it's a very good combination of foods. It comes with a little bit of sauce. I'm gonna put it in. Dip it in. I think it's like vinegar, so let me try it now. A little bit of rice and the sauce. I'm gonna try to get it all in once. Let's see. So I got garlic rice right here. And it's good. It's like a little bit of a sweetness to it, you know, the vinegar, and a little bit of sour combined together, but it goes pretty well. And to wrap this up, I'm gonna have the famous leche flan, which is an icon over here in the Philippines. And even when I grew up in Puerto Rico, we have leche flan, but we just call it flan. And if you eat halo halo, most of the times they always put a piece of a leche flan on top, but not sure this is vanilla or cheese, which flavor, but looks amazing here. I'm gonna dig in. Got this right here, so. Wow. It's well balanced, you know, I can feel the syrup on top and take another bite. Just gonna split it. Wow, it's pretty good. But yeah, I think this is gonna conclude the day of my trip going to Taal Heritage Town and a little bit of Tagaytay and trying out the bulalo over here. So I'm gonna wrap up the video over here, but I got plenty of other explorations, more videos around Metro Manila. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.